My name is Adrian Nantchev, and this channel is all about helping you become a remarkable entrepreneur. So click on the subscribe button below and click the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. Now, what is the secret to success as far as economics is concerned? There really is no single one secret to success. There's no secret, but at the same time, everything is not a secret. Things like goals, attitude, a plan, a desire, a strategy, etc. They all work together. If they weren't important enough, they wouldn't be included. They would never be mentioned at all. So there is no real one single thing, but they all work together. The sum is the greatest of all. The sum is the greater of all parts, kind of thing. But there's one concept that I've come across recently, that I came across by accident actually, that I think kind of makes it more concrete and conceptualizes it. It is engage in more voluntary transactions in a free market. So engage in more voluntary transactions in a free market. Engage simply means to go out there and create. Go out there and create an excuse for someone to pay you money. Go out there and solve a problem for someone. Go out there and reassure them. Go out there and create a service for someone. Go out there and teach someone something. Information products, example. Physical products or service. Product or service. Go out there and create something that is an excuse for someone to pay you. Solve someone's problem and they'll pay you. A voluntary transaction means that you have to persuade the person. You can't force them to pay you money. This is the difference between, say, Coca-Cola and Apple and the government, where Coca-Cola and Apple have to persuade you to give for you to give them money. They have to say, I've got a product here, X, Y, and Z. It's worth ABC amount. Here you go. That's $1, $10, please. And you have to voluntarily agree to that. Yeah, I want that can of Coke, and it's a quid, whatever, £1. It's a voluntary exchange. You can't force people to buy from you. You can't force people to buy from your company, so you have to persuade people to buy from you. Unlike the government, which is they can force you. Council tax demand. Taxation demand. If you don't pay them money, they will do something to you, like imprison you or fine you or something wrong. Arguably, they'll destroy your life. But they can break down your door and demand answers or demand money, whereas governments and corporations can't do that because they have to persuade you for you to give them or me your money, your email address, etc., your name, details, date of birth, etc. The government can force you. So it has to be a voluntary exchange. You have to persuade. The key word there is persuade through marketing, etc. Marketing, advertisements, etc., etc. Branding, trust, very important these days. And a free market, meaning we don't live in North Korea where a third party, the government, in that example, is restraining people and stopping people from doing what they want to do with their life. When people have the freedom to do what they want in life, they have the freedom to fail as well as succeed. It's that same freedom that allows people to be the person they want to be, arguably to be happy. It's that same freedom that allows people to excel and people to not excel. If that freedom is not there for anyone, if it is there for not even a single person, then it sets a precedent. It's there for no one. Freedom has to be available to arguably the worst in society for it to be available to the best and everyone else in society. Because if some people don't have the right, say free speech for example, then that means that not everyone has got that right. And the government, for example, or in the case of North Korea or whatever, they can easily say, if they haven't got it, neither do you. You don't have it now. But if they have it, you have it as well. But the free market means that there's no third party entity stopping you, restraining you, holding you back from starting a business or a venture or doing that thing you want to do. It's all in here. It's all in here. If there's no excuses, all your responsibility, it's all down to you. If you want to start a business, you have to learn, expand your comfort zone. You have to do it yourself. You can't rely on somebody else. If you want to do something and no one else is stopping you, and yet 10 years down the line you've not done it or not started it, whose fault is that? There's an old saying that when we're born poor, it's not our fault, but if we die poor, it's your fault. Or something like, if you're born ignorant, it's not your fault, but if you die ignorant, it is your fault. You've got all the opportunity, the total freedom to do things. No repression, no totalitarianism. You can do it. But 10 years down the line, you look back and think, why didn't you do it? What was stopping you? What was really stopping you? What was really stopping you in here? It's all this. It's your comfort zone, your tenacity, your competence, your knowledge, your skills, your talent, your daring. That's all that's stopping you in a free market. It's all down to you. It's all down to all the successes and failures, ultimately. Even things that arguably stem from them, like people who you hire. Your successes and failures are ultimately down to you. So that's what it means. That's what I believe is the secret to success, according to economics. Engage in more voluntary transactions in a free market. Essentially, give more excuses for people to pay you money. Create more products or services that solves problems for people, and they will pay you money. They'll be thankful. They'll be thankful for it. They'll be thankful for you. They'll be thankful to you for giving them the product that they need. So the question of the day is: what other excuses, quote unquote, are you creating, and what others do you want to create for your customers? What other problems do you want to solve for people? What other things are you doing for other people? What more value? That's what value is. Value is just solving a problem for someone. What else are you doing for your customer base? What else are you doing for them? What else can you do for them? That's the question of the day. What else can you do for your customers? Very important. But also, if you haven't already, click on the subscribe button below and click the bell notification next to it for the latest uploads. And you see me again soon. How cool is that?